She's definitely more than just a mathematician. Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Rachel Riley moments. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the best moments from Countdown's resident maths genius across her entire career.
But occasionally you get sent a really good maths problem, so I took one to the park last week. Had a good go on that.
Number 10, beaten on child genius. Pi is one of the most important concepts in mathematics. It's so important that it has its own button on a calculator, so that people don't have to try and remember as many of its infinite digits as possible.
It's me! Go, Rachel, go! Don't mess it up, Rachel.
However, this didn't matter to the people behind the scenes on Child Genius, who challenged Rachel and 12-year-old prodigy David to memorize pi up to 200 digits after the decimal place.
1,
4,
1.
Unfortunately for her, Rachel slipped up after just a few, allowing David to clinch an easy victory.
5.
It's not often she's wrong though.
I remembered much more than that!
Number 9, RoomScan. During her stint on The Gadget Show, Rachel continued the series' legacy of finding an easier way to do things with gadgets, or sometimes a much more complicated way to do them.
Nice to see you all kitted up with your tool belt there.
You know me.
But you can take it off.
Going up against Mark Miller, veteran DIY SOS builder, they compete to remodel a home in the easiest and most effective way.
Actually, I think I've got something better than that.
She shows off the app RoomScan, which manages to accurately measure a room just by holding up your device to the walls, as well as using a quadcopter to take aerial photos of the roof. Paints us impressed.
What's your measurement?
2.4. What have you got?
2.4.
Number 8, potting the bouncer syndrome in Room 101. When she made an appearance on the revival of Room 101, we finally got to know what really gets on Rachel's nerves. And it's not Jimmy Carr's constant jokes about her being bad at dancing.
Rachel, you've gone too far this time.
The thing she really hates is people who think they're more important than they actually are just because they're in uniform. She tells a story of how a supermarket worker refused to sell her 21-year-old brother a 4-pack of beer because he didn't have an ID, despite being completely covered in tattoos.
One of my main rules in life is don't argue with an idiot, and I broke that rule that day.
Number 7, mocking Nick Hewer. It's not only the Cats version that has all the laughs. Regular Countdown has a fair few funny moments as well. When discussing iconic pop artist Andy Warhol, whose works of art are some of the most recognizable images in the world, Nick expresses his disdain for the pop art movement.
Is it a triumph of marketing and imagination over pure talent?
Rachel defends Warhol's iconography, but takes it one step further and tells Nick,
The only creative thing I've seen you do, Nick, was on the Bake Off.
That was awful. I've only just come out of therapy.
and to be fair, he was kind of rubbish on that, but he takes it well.
I'm very worried about my cakes. I don't think they're cooked.
Jack the Ripper.
Number 6, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. When Riley went toe-to-toe with Russell Howard on Dara O'Brien's Go 8-Bit, it became obvious that she has clearly played Street Fighter 2 Turbo before, because she completely destroys him. Russell's guile is absolutely no match for Rachel's Chun-Li, as twice in a row she beats him without him managing to get even one hit in. Their entire competition is over in less than a minute, and Rachel has another skill to add to her repertoire. At least Russell's not a sore loser and finds humour in his embarrassing defeat.
And do you know what was really funny? You won't pick this up on the microphone, but Rachel was whispering, "You've got nothing."
Number 5, Innuendo Bingo. It's the BBC Radio 1 game that really popularised celebrities spitting at each other, and Rachel's been on and played it twice.
And is Alicia about to go down in Emmerdale?
Mouthful of water, she battles Chris as they try not to laugh at the various innuendos played for them over the speakers.
It's amazing. My father-in-law, his favourite thing to do is to spit roast anything.
You'd think that spending so much time trying not to laugh at inappropriate words on Countdown would make her a bit better at this, but she simply can't hold it in when listening to recordings of herself saying potentially inappropriate things.
Cool, so I'll pull Steve and Kaz off.
They end up soaked.
But thank you for trying to ease my cock up.
Number 4, winning the chase. In June 2018, history was made on a celebrity special edition of The Chase.
He said Domino, didn't he? It's Domino's.
What are you saying, please?
Domino's Pizza.
Is correct. We pushed the chaser up.
Rachel and her teammate Kirsty Gallisher didn't just raise a lot of money for their chosen charity UNICEF, they won the highest amount ever won on the show so far, £160,000 in an incredibly intense final chase against the Dark Destroyer, Sean Wallace. This came after her risky head-to-head, where she had to take one step closer to the chaser in order to turn £7,000 into £120,000 and impressively only got one question wrong. Number 3, no friends. While there's no shortage of brilliant moments on Countdown's evil late-night twin, this one is definitely at the top.
Good, let's check in with the maths
It is
expert. Rachel, could it be done?
Impossible.
Yeah.
What?
The comedians are faced with a math problem that they decide is impossible when none of them are even close, but Rachel ultimately proves there's at least 2 separate ways to solve it.
Oh, even though I've seen you do it, I still don't know how you did it.
They resort to asking her what happened to her and if she has any friends. Rachel declaring that the numbers are her friends is as funny as it is tragic.
Is it 0?
Is what 0?
How many friends you've got?
Numbers are my friend.
At least she'll always have Susie Dent. Number 2, Crystal May's World Puzzle. Many celebrities have featured on the newest revival of the popular game show, The Crystal Maze, and while some of them are ridiculously bad at the challenges, others are there to show the rest how it's done.
15 times 2.
30.
Oh, in you go.
When thrown into a room with 3 minutes to solve half a dozen anagrams, Rachel manages to do it in only 50 seconds, with Richard Iowade commenting,
Those 2,000 episodes of Countdown weren't totally wasted.
It's almost unfair to put her in a situation she's had so much practice at, but it certainly was fun to watch.
You won, and I'm going to overlook the fact that you let yourself out, Rachel.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
I just go a little bit wild with anagrams.
Number 1, First Waltz. Knocked out in week 6, Rachel didn't manage one of her often easy victories when she appeared on Strictly, but not everyone can say they met their current partner on live television.
Pasha!
Ultimately, her somewhat short time on the dance floor proved more significant than she had actually won. Introduced to her partner, professional dancer Pasha Kovalev, for the show's run, Rachel got far more than someone to dance with. While they didn't take home the title, their first waltz together is certainly a moment they'll never forget.
When I need you.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.